Why the why in God, what planet do you live on that it is appropriate to have an 18-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy who are not blood relatives sharing a room?
Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother, quote, is a suspect in her death on a Carnival cruise ship. That information is not coming from law enforcement. It's coming from the 16-year-old's parents. Those parents were just in court. This online court hearing involving a child custody case took place just hours before a memorial service honoring Anna Kepner, who was found dead on a Carnival cruise ship. The teen was joined on that cruise by her father, her stepmother, and at least two of her stepmother's children from another marriage, a nearly 9-year-old daughter and 16-year-old son. Those two children were the subject of this court hearing.
Why the fuck? Why in God, what fucking planet do you live on that it is appropriate to have an 18-year-old girl and a 16-year-old boy who are not blood relatives sharing a room? Now, her and her 14-year-old brother, yeah, no problem. Of course, that makes sense, right? It's her brother. Who cares? I would have my kids share. My son's 20, my daughter's 13. Like your brother and sister. But your stepbrother? My mom, at one point, married a man. I think she's still married, too. He had 2 sons. They both live in the Philippines. They don't speak to him. They were terrible parents. Nobody speaks to them. None of their children speak to them. My mom had 3 daughters. My stepfather had these 2 sons. Anytime we traveled, my mom and my sisters and I stayed in one room, and my stepdad and his kids in another. Never once, ever, did my stepbrothers and I share a bedroom. Ever. My mom is not the greatest human being in the entire world. That's for damn sure. She's very abusive. I just said none of those kids talk to her. She's a horrible mother. But you know what she didn't do? She didn't let my stepbrother share a room with me because that's fucking gross. And then I learned from Anna's ex-boyfriend, who's a 15-year-old boy who went to school with her. I don't know if they broke up because they aged out or what, but they broke up, and he's a classmate. He explained that there was a time where him and Anna were on FaceTime at 3 a.m. and the stepbrother came in the room and got on top of her. Then he saw she was on FaceTime. He ran out of the room. She left and stayed with a friend. So Anna's dad, Anna's stepmom, y'all know, you are perfectly aware that this child, this 16-year-old, has attempted to do whatever weird thing he wanted to do when he went in her room that night. And you let them share a room? You made them share a room for 6 nights on a boat in the middle of the ocean. You thought that was a good idea to you. That was the way to manage this. This kid has hopped on her in the middle of the night. According to Anna's ex-boyfriend, the stepbrother was obsessed with her. I've seen Anna's mom. She's come out to talk. She has no teeth. She clearly uses some kind of substance. All right, let's go back to this hearing yesterday.
This is Chantel Kepner, the children's mother and Anna Kepner's stepmother. She's in a child custody dispute with her ex-husband, Thomas Hudson, seated on the right. The former couple says their 16-year-old son, quote, is a suspect in his stepsister's death.
Well, Your Honor, it's our understanding that because the cruise was in international waters, that the young child, not the 9-year-old, but the 16-year-old was allowed to drink. The teenagers were given their own room in which to stay. Just a lot of circumstances that show that the mother in this case was not exercising appropriate supervision over this child.
I agree. Not just not appropriate supervision. We are talking actual negligent decisions. Like actual decisions reverse to anyone who has a half of a brain cell.
Chantel Kepner's attorney disputes that.
There are videotapes on the ship that confirm that there was absolutely no drinking, and that there's and DCF investigated and saw that there was no alcohol in mom's house whatsoever. So I'm not sure where that's coming from.
There was no resolution to the child custody dispute, which will be handled at a future court hearing. We did learn that 16-year-old stepbrother was taken to the hospital after the cruise for undisclosed reasons.
Maybe he went to the hospital because he felt kind of messed up because he killed his stepsister and buried her under the bed and put a bunch of flotation devices above her. Maybe the life jackets. If y'all learn anything from watching me, please let it be to not have your teenage kids who aren't related stay in the same bedroom. Please. Put your children first. Think about them before you. Okay? You are the one who brought them to this earth. They did not choose that. You chose that for them. Remember that as you talk to them and treat them and make decisions for them. Make those good because you forced this shit on them. You forced life on them. So make it a good life. Give them good skills. So that is a super interesting case.